This is the ABP podcast.
Ashton.
I'm Max.
I'm Noel.
So I guess let's start off with the obvious question. Who do we think did it?
It's Jay. Jay did it.
He knew where the car was and put in very specific details on how Adnan did it.
You framed Adnan knowing he was Hayes' ex went well for Adnan.
Jay said he was probably heartbroken and didn't know how to deal with it.
Jay's story changed multiple times to match the state's timeline. Makes him look more guilty.
There were many eyewitnesses throughout this case, with some siding with Jay and some with Adnan.
But of Adnan's witnesses, all he said was at the library at 3:30, and others say he was with Hay.
Some people say that they saw Adnan at track practice. The eyewitnesses have us thinking someone besides Adnan killed Hay.
In the first tape statement, Jay says he refused to help dig the grave for Hay. 2 weeks later, he says they both dig the hole.
The strange thing is, though, also with the car, he knew exactly where it was, but he said that he was in Adnan's car the entire time, with Adnan.
Jay's friend says he didn't want to go outside. He didn't even want to look out the door because he really thought the van across the street was people waiting to get him. Jay was scared to go outside because he said Adnan threatened if he told anyone that he killed Hay.
That seems very strange to me, because out of all of the people that the police interviewed said that Adnan was nothing like that. He was not threatening at all. According to the podcast, the detective interviewed Jay, and here's what he said. Before and during the interview, prior to turning the tape on, you stated to Detective McGilvory and myself that you'd be willing to take us out and show us where the vehicle was parked. Jay then responds with, "No problem."
Jay was acknowledging the fact that he knew where the car was, so that points more fingers at him.
Something else the court didn't do was they found a liquor bottle, which they got cellular material and never tested, and a rope that was never tested.
This shows the laziness by the detectives. Any of the possible evidence that could incriminate somebody else, like somebody who's known to do these actions towards others.
In the trial, the state used unrelated evidence against Adnan, such as how he stole money from the mosque and how he smokes weed.
Jay's friends who were interviewed told the exact same story that Jay did in very specific detail, which to me seems a little fishy. It makes me feel like they're trying too hard to cover something up.
Jay claimed that they used his grandmother's shovels to bury Hay, when in the past years he said he did not want to involve his family in the case.
The trial was a mess throughout the entire case, with bad detectives and bad lawyers for Adnan. The court completely ignored the phantom phone booth where the supposed call Adnan made to Jay telling him to pick him up after he killed Hay was made.
The state only went off Jay's timeline, claiming it was accurate, but the only evidence was the phone towers that were pinged.
Today, phone towers aren't even considered a valid piece of evidence in court. There wasn't any significant evidence that Adnan was guilty except for the fact that he was Hay's ex-boyfriend. The only person that I could really think to be guilty was Jay, because he supplied the state with all of the evidence and even changed the story multiple times in ways that only benefited himself, making him look innocent.